November 7th, 2024, from your tweet. Here's one of your tweets at 2:41 p.m. Quote, "The majority of Americans hate women. The majority of Americans hate women more than they love anything, including democracy." Close quote.
Known as Twitter.
Yeah, you're on a lot, aren't you?
I'm not sure what the relevance of that is.
You're trying to be provocative on there, don't you?
Again, I'm not sure what the relevance
Well,
of this question
let me
is.
show you the relevance. I don't know. Did I read that correctly?
I am not sure what this has to do with the subject matter of this.
Did you say it?
I do not have those words in front of me. I probably said something along those lines, but
Yeah,
what is
you
the
said it.
relevance of
Here
that
it
to
is,
this
big as
hearing?
Dallas, right there. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize for having to miss the testimony of some of you, and I appreciate you coming today. Professor Franks, let me ask you, I listened to your and Ms. Hemingway's testimony and Professor Turley's, so I got part of it. As I understand it, your position, Professor Franks, is that, I think you used the word myth. It is a myth that the Biden administration used government to compel speech, private speech, but that the Trump administration is doing that. Is that a fair characterization?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do you think perhaps you're allowing your personal political beliefs to affect your objectivity here?
No, I do not. What is guiding my answers here is that I'm looking to see what the Supreme Court has said. You notice that in the testimony about the censorship industrial complex.
I got that part.
No,
I just
want to
part.
clarify.
No, but I've only got 5 minutes. Your answer is no, I appreciate it. Let me ask you a couple questions. You wrote a law review article in December of 2023 for the New York University Law Review, and it was about the two cases, Bruin, Supreme Court case, and Dobbs. Remember that article?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In this article, you said, I'm going to quote your words, "Taken together, these two cases demonstrate that the Supreme Court has embraced the use of the Constitution as a tool of racial patriarchy," end quote. Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you went on to say, quote, "When the Supreme Court declares that there is a constitutional right to armed self-defense in public, it openly embraces and promotes a culture that privileges white men's ability to terrorize and kill those that they perceive as threats," close quote. Did I read that correctly?
I believe so. Thank you for reading.
Okay. And did you also say in that article, I'm going to quote again, quote, "by simultaneously expanding white men's right to kill and constricting women's right not to die, this Supreme Court," referring to the current United States Supreme Court, "has turned the Constitution into a homicide pact as well," close quote. Did you write that?
That sounds like me.
Okay. In November of 2024, you tweet, don't you?
I'm not sure what the current terminology is for it, but yes, I am sometimes on the social platform that was formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, you're on a lot, aren't you?
I'm not sure what the relevance of that is.
You're trying to be provocative on there, don't you?
Again, I'm not sure what the relevance
Well,
of this question is.
let me show you the relevance. On November 7th, 2024, from your tweet, here's one of your tweets at 2:41 p.m. Quote, "The majority of Americans hate women. The majority of Americans hate women more than they love anything, including democracy," close quote. Did I read that correctly?
I am not sure what this has to do with the subject matter of this
Did
hearing.
you say it?
I do not have those words in front of me. I probably said something along those lines, but
Yeah,
what is
you
the
said it.
relevance of
Here
that
it
to
is,
this
big as
hearing?
Dallas, right there.
Yes.
But your political beliefs don't impact your feelings about President Biden or President Trump.
I don't have feelings about either of them. What I have
Sounds
is
to me
doctrine.
like your favorite feeling is anger. Let me ask you this. You issued another tweet. This was in May of 2022. You've just been tweeting up a storm. You said, quote, "There's a reason why the conservative-dominated Supreme Court thinks the Constitution does not contain a right to an abortion, but is convinced that it contains an individual right to possess firearms. And that reason is white male supremacy," close quote. Did I read that correctly?
Is there a question in this?
Did I read that correctly? That's
Is there
my
a question that is relevant to this hearing?
Did I read that correctly? Do you really think that the United States Supreme Court, you're an officer of the court, is guided by white male supremacy?
I believe that the First Amendment prohibits the president
Did you
and other
say
state
that?
officials for punishing people for
Did
their
you honestly say that, Professor?
I
And you
believe
expect us,
that the First
as a
Amendment,
Democratic witness, to take you seriously? Are you kidding me?
I believe that you should take the
You've
First
heard of
Amendment
curb your
seriously, sir.
enthusiasm? Here's my saying, curb my nausea.
I
Thank you.
believe that you should
The
take
time
the First
has
Amendment
expired. Thank
seriously.
you. Senator Durbin.
The hearing took a sharp turn when Senator John Kennedy challenged a witness claim that the Biden administration never pressured private speech while arguing the Trump administration did. She insisted her opinions were based solely on Supreme Court precedent, not politics. Kennedy wasn't convinced. Instead of debating her views, he opened one of her own published law review articles. Reading directly from her work, Kennedy quoted her claim that recent Supreme Court decisions had turned the Constitution into a tool of racial patriarchy. He then asked one simple question. "Did you write that?" She answered yes. Kennedy followed with another passage describing Supreme Court rulings as expanding white men's ability to terrorize and kill. Again, she confirmed those were her words. The hearing had shifted. It was no longer about censorship. It was about credibility. Kennedy then turned to the witness' social media posts. He read one tweet claiming that the majority of Americans hate women. Another blamed Supreme Court decisions on white male supremacy. Instead of denying the posts, the witness questioned why they were relevant. Kennedy's point was simple. If someone appears before Congress as an objective constitutional expert, lawmakers have every right to examine whether that person's own public statements suggest political bias. Then came Kennedy's memorable line. After listening to another explanation, he remarked that her testimony made him want to curb my nausea. The exchange instantly became one of the hearing's defining moments. If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to MAGA News Central, hit the notification bell, and share this video. We bring you the biggest congressional hearings and political showdowns without missing the moments everyone is talking about. As the hearing came to a close, Kennedy returned to the central issue. Expert witnesses play an important role in shaping congressional debates, but when those same experts make highly political public statements, lawmakers are likely to question whether those views influence their testimony. The witness maintained that her legal opinions remained objective. Kennedy argued that her own writings told a different story. Rather than relying on accusations, he simply used her published articles and social media posts as evidence. For many watching, that approach spoke louder than any political speech. This hearing wasn't just about free speech. It became a debate over whether expert witnesses can truly separate activism from constitutional analysis when testifying before Congress. Senator Kennedy allowed the professor's own words to take center stage, leaving viewers to decide for themselves whether her testimony reflected impartial legal scholarship or political advocacy. Thanks for watching MAGA News Central. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, share this video with friends and family, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.